from HSTV, and in today's video, as you can see by the video title and the intro, we're going to be doing a note-taking app comparison between Samsung Notes and Flexcil. Now Flexcil, it's not as popular as Samsung Notes, I think. So if you want to check out a full review of that, I made a video a few months ago, go check that out. But that was a popular video, so I thought what we'd do is a comparison between Samsung Notes and Flexcil, so we can really see who comes out on top. And where are we going to be doing this comparison, you may ask? Well, we're going to be using our trusted Samsung Tab S7 Plus, and yeah. Oh yes, if you're new to the channel and you don't know who I am, my name is Heen. I am going into my 4th year of medical school here at the University of Edinburgh, and a big part of my university life is note-taking, digital note-taking, and watching lectures and all that sort of thing. So that's why I bought the tablet, but there's not a lot of great apps for note-taking on Android. So I want to make this an aim for this sort of series, and see, you know, which app comes out on top. Obviously you might think this is a little bit biased because I use Samsung Notes myself. I have done for the past 3 years, but I'm fully open-minded and I want to see the potential that these other apps have. So I hope you find this useful, and yeah, let's get onto it. Alright, so starting off with Samsung Notes, it is available on all Samsung devices as well as Windows PC. Samsung Notes is unfortunately not available on any Apple or iOS devices at the moment, so have a think about that for compatibility reasons. Now, the general interface of everything is really easy to follow. You can create a new note just by pressing at the bottom right hand corner there. You can see all your different folders, and within each folder the different notes, etc. At the left hand side here. If you want to directly import in PDFs, because after all Samsung Notes also does the job of a PDF reader, you can click over here at the top right hand corner and just add on a PDF. It is also really easy to search for terms and search for notes. So in here I could just go for cardiac, and then you can see anything with the word cardiac in it will come up. So nice search feature, which is really on your main screen for you to add. You can create more folders. It's really nice and easy to create a new folder. You can choose different colors as well, so a little bit of customization. Other things we've got on our main interface, we've got the option of seeing all our notes ever, basically, so that's nice to see it all in one place. You also have things such as locked notes, so you can put passwords on notes and protect them in that way for security purposes. Another feature that we'll go into a little bit later on is this shared notes beta, but we will talk about that a little bit later. We have the recycling bin, we've got the settings here, and yeah, not much else to the interface. It's very easy to follow. Alright, into Flexcil then, also a really lovely app. This one is available on Android, iOS and Windows as well, so this has a bit more compatibility than Samsung Notes, which is brilliant. That's what we love to see. In terms of the actual interface, we've got kind of all of your notes here. We've also got PDFs, because this is a PDF reader as well, and you can also view your notes here. In terms of creating a new note, so you can create a new folder like so, and you can color that folder just like you could in Samsung Notes. But actually a little bit better, but more customization is when you create a new note, you can create with this cover as well, and the covers are really lovely. There's a variety to choose from, and I think this is a really lovely feature. A lot of these note-taking apps, they don't seem to have this feature. Now, one thing that I will mention is that Flexcil is a paid app. So there is a free version, but the free version doesn't cover all the great features that this app has to offer. So unlike Samsung Notes, which is completely free, this one is paid. So I had to pay a one-time thing for this device, and then that's it, paid now. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, you can see all your notes at the side here. You've also got a file, so you can directly import things in. You also have trash. You can search things as well. I've noticed that this works best for the titles of anything. For example, if I write cardiac over here, although it's doing this indexing thing where it's going to search my entire notes, this is taking a while. So Samsung Notes is probably a little bit better on that end, in my opinion. But yeah, also it's just a different way, I guess, and you can choose to sort your notes, you can choose to view them differently. So a few little customization things here and there, but overall a really nice interface. Now, the note-taking on Samsung Note is really nice, plenty of options to choose from. When it comes to page customization, you've got lots of lovely templates that you can choose from, like so. And if you want to add more and download some, then you can also do that by going down here. Now, along with this, you have the option of kind of page settings, so background colors and that sort of things. You can customize that quite easily like that. Now, if you want to make Samsung Notes, you know, your like planner or whatever, you can also do that by going in the page template and adding PDF. Now, there's a few templates to choose from that they've got. For example, this one you can use as like a calendar. So you can add your own as well. In terms of the actual potential that Samsung Notes has for drawing and things, so I'm just going to show you that right now. Let me just go to a nice blank page for you. So over here we've got plenty of tools to choose from, some nice calligraphy pens, as well as just kind of normal pens. We've also got a pencil as well. The pencil that we can actually choose the opacity for and the thickness depending on what you're trying to do. And we've also got a paintbrush as well, which is, yeah, pretty decent because Samsung Notes is not only about note-taking, it's got that artistic element to it as well. In terms of the colours then, we've got plenty of colours to choose from. You can go from a swatch or a spectrum, so really not an issue there in terms of colour schemes. Now, one of the great things about Samsung Notes is it wants to promote efficiency and all, so you can have a favourites bar, which is very compatible with your S Pen, that you can switch between pens without having to go back and forth. So for example, I can have this as a favorite, which will be added to my favorites list, and now when I click on my S Pen button, I switch to my different pens like so, and I don't have to keep going back and forth. So really lovely. We also have a highlighter feature that basically does the job of a highlighter. Nothing more to it, but yeah, you can make straight lines and things as well, so that's good, I guess. We've also got the eraser feature, so you can have a stroke eraser, or you can have a area eraser, or you can erase all handwriting. Perfect. We also have the lasso tool. So the lasso tool is either free like so, and you can make things bigger and smaller. You can also move them around, or we also have the rectangle lasso too, so depending on your convenience. Now, there are a few tools available for if you want to do typed notes. However, I wouldn't say Samsung Notes is the best for typing. There are some features such as the S Pen to text feature. So if we click on that, and if I write something like, "Hi, this is HSTV," you can see it's pretty accurate, like a little bit of a mistake here, I guess, but you can easily just kind of erase that and correct it. And yeah, then you've also got a few options here to make it bold, italic, whatever you want. There's no other fonts that you can choose from, which is a little bit annoying, I think, but you can change the size, you can highlight it as well, and you can change alignment and things like that. So there's kind of basic settings available, but it's not the best for typing. I'd still prefer a Word document, Microsoft Word, over Samsung Notes for this thing, but the option is there if you want to utilize it. Other typed options that we've got is things like this feature up here, so convert to text. Now this is if we've got something written like h.s.tv like so, and we do that, then okay, so it seems to have an issue recognizing h.s.tv. So if I maybe do something like an actual word, perhaps like heart, let's take a look at that. So it seemed to recognize heart okay, but it had an issue with the h.s.tv part. So a little thing there just to be aware of. So as I said, it's not brilliant, but it's not really bad either. There's a few other options here, tools to choose from, such as the shape tool. This is nice if you're wanting exact shapes. So for example, like the circle, now you can actually edit this circle and sort of like, you know, change it about and change the degrees and whatnot, so you've got a bit of like exact measurement there as well. So lots of features on here in terms of note taking. I think Samsung Notes does really well, provides a really lovely spread of features, and if you want to see a bit of potential, I've been using Samsung Notes for the past few years at university. And you can see some of my notes here. The potential is really lovely. I love the black background, and I've had a really good time making these notes. I've you know, importing pictures in. You can import audio in as well. So it's been really good fun, and you can see that you can produce really amazing pieces of artwork and pieces of notes that are aesthetically pleasing, but also useful at the same time, because who wants to look at a boring note, right? Alright, so let's talk a bit about Flexcil. So let's create a new note. So as I said, I really love you know, these books that they give us that we can choose from. So if we choose this, we can then choose a template here. There's plenty of templates here to choose from. I think it's quite nice. You can also choose your page color. The page colors available is this kind of yellowy cream color. You've also got black, and you've also got white. So stick to the white for now. You can then title your note whatever you like. So we will just title it a trial, and it reads that quite well. So we'll click done on that, and we will then see that our book, our notebook, has appeared here. I'm just going to get rid of these notes here at the top, because we're going to come to how you can have multiple notes in one. And on Flexcil here, you can see that the interface is quite basic. So what you've got is you've got this toolbar that you can move around. You can also have it come at the side if that's more convenient for you. And obviously if you're going for a landscape note, then you would maybe want it at the top. Anyways, that's up to you. Now in terms of the tools we've got, so you've got kind of your basic pencil, you've got a calligraphy pen, so we can try that. So put the thickness up a bit, and you can see that's your kind of calligraphy pen. You've then also got a highlighter that you can also change the opacity and things for, just as you did on Samsung Notes. Also, this is not a highlighter, sorry, this is a marker. This is the highlighter, and we can also change the opacity, and we can change the color. In terms of the colours available, actually, there's lots of colours available. You've also got a spectrum, just like you did on Samsung Notes, plenty to choose from here. So that's great that we've got that variety. Now your pencil case, I guess, is made up of these different pens at the side here that you can see. We cannot switch between the pens as quickly as we could on Samsung Notes, because although we have this favorites pen bar, when I click my S Pen button, we switch to gesture mode. Now gesture mode will become a lot more relevant when we're talking about PDF reading. However, we will stick to our note-taking tools for now. We also have the option to you know, make straight lines and things like that, so that's nice. We also got this geometry tool. So this geometry tool is basically the shape tool on Samsung Notes, so that works well. We've also got the tap on where you want to add a text box tool, so you can type in Flexcil. However, I would say that the typing features are even more limited than they were in Samsung Notes. So you can see here that we can change the color of the text, so I'll change it to like a blue, and you can change the kind of the font size, but really other than that we don't really have a lot of options, and it's all it's not even typing actually, it's more you writing something down. So if we just click that again, and we click up here, and we click oops, I'm on the wrong mode. Let's just try that again. Let's do that here. So yeah, you've got the option here to either pull up your keyboard like so. If you don't want to pull up your keyboard, then you can also just write it like we were when we made the notebook. So we will just do that, and we've got that there now. So that's a tool. We've also got the classical lasso tool that we can then move things around with. The lasso tool, it has a few options to choose from, but it's just a free lasso, it's not a rectangular lasso. You can also import in pictures. You've also got this tool, which I'm a little bit unaware of. Oh, okay, so actually, I say I'm unaware of it, but I always forget what this is. So this is a laser pointer. So this is great if you've got your tablet and you've got a USB-C to a HDMI converter cable, and you've got a big screen, and it's all, you know, working out, and then you're doing this presentation, and you know, you're highlighting things, you're talking about different things, and that way this laser is just going to go away. But this is a really lovely tool, and especially if you're presenting and things, it works really lovely. So let's trial out our PDF reader. So you can easily add a PDF by going up here to import PDF at the top right hand corner. Now I've got a PDF that I already uploaded earlier on, this big textbook, Davidson's Principles of Practice of Medicine, and this is a very large document. That's why I actually wanted to import something like this, because if you go in page view, you've got different options here, so you can just do something like that. But actually, if you have a look at, you can see up here, when you see all the pages, that there's actually a total of 1,428 pages in this document, and I think Samsung Notes is holding up quite well. Like, it's taking a little while to load up everything at the side here, but on the whole, I think it's doing well. Now, in terms of the different capabilities that we have here, so once we've got our note here that we can just slide through, you can obviously zoom and you can have a look at things like that. You can then, the most kind of editing that you can do is just using all the same tools that you had for the note taking. So you can circle things, you can, you can highlight things, and you can do all of that stuff, and you can draw pictures around it, and you can import more images into it, or voice recordings, or text boxes, and you can even attach PDFs as well. However, the PDF reading features in Samsung Notes are pretty limited, I would say. Actually, they're nowhere near as great as what I'm going to be showing you with Flexcil. So definitely Samsung Notes, it does it. You can bookmark pages, it's great. You can also even if you have the page settings as dark, it's not going to convert your PDF into a dark mode. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But other than that, I wouldn't say that Samsung Notes is lacking. I mean, this is fine if you're just having a look at textbooks and things, but it can definitely improve. So on Flexcil here, if we go to that same PDF that we had up in Samsung Notes, the first thing that I noticed when we go to our little side menu, all the pages on this very large document, they load up very nicely and very quickly. There's no delay in that loading process, and we can open up a page like that. We can use 2 of our fingers to switch pages, and when we go like that. Now you've also got a really nice contents page, so you can see all the different chapters of this textbook. So that's really nice that it's extracted that information. You also have bookmarks, as you can see here. So if you want to add a bookmark, you can do so. And the last section here is your annotations and links. So this is what we're going to talk about now. So if you click on your S Pen button, or if you click on the little pen at the side or here on your toolbar, you will go into gesture mode. Now, what is gesture mode? Basically, it's the PDF reader potentials of this application. So for example, here, if I wanted to just circle all of this, now what I can do is I can highlight it. I can also choose to bookmark things. I can also choose to kind of move things around like so, make them smaller, make them bigger, etc. just like that. I'm just going to get rid of that. We can also copy and paste it and put it into a different document. With this gesture mode, you can choose to underline things as well. That's a bit weird, that didn't look nice. Underline it just like so. So you've got the option just like so. Other than that, what have we got? So if we go down here and we circle this, you can actually use the translate feature as well. So for this, you'll have to install Google Translate, but it's nice that if you have a document in a different language, you can also do translations. You can bookmark things, as I said. You can get your own little content. You can highlight and so forth. And now what all of this does is when you've done all your different annotations and you go back to your menu, you can actually then see all your annotations in one place. So this is the really great thing about Flexcil's PDF reader. You can also add audio as well, I should mention. You can also add links as well. So it's all really nice, and I think that the PDF reader on Flexcil is better than Samsung's. So now I just want to talk about some individual specific features that each of these apps have that I think makes them stand out and different to each other. Now on Samsung Notes, one of the great things and one of the main reasons that I've stuck by Samsung Notes over these past few years is this syncability with Samsung's cloud. Now what this means is that across my tablet, across my phone and my Windows PC, I have all my notes accessible, and the syncability feature is really quick, it's really easy, and it makes my life a lot easier and efficient. So this is a really make or break feature, and unfortunately currently, as of the August of 2023, Flexcil doesn't have syncability. Now I have heard things that they will be offering syncability in the future, but it's not there at the moment. So that's something. Another thing that Samsung is sort of trialing at the moment is shared notes. So although you can export your notes, such as like this and this, you can export these notes and you can save them as files, and you can share them as all these different file types. That's great. But what you can also do now is shared notes. So you can have notes that you put in this folder, and you can invite invite collaborators. So you can work on documents together like you would on a Google Docs, that sort of vibe. Now I haven't personally tried this myself because it is still a beta version, but the concept is nice and I would want to try it once the full version is out. So that's just a few really nice things on Samsung Notes that I think does set it apart a bit from other applications. Other settings, even having that note lock feature, that's really nice to have as well. Your notes are automatically saved, that's really lovely. And yeah, it's just because it is very compatible with Samsung, you have all these S Pen features as well, such as the favorites pen bar, which works out really nicely. And I think Samsung Notes has helped me a lot over the past few years, and it's been really easy to use from the beginning. So in Flexcil, some of the great features we have that Samsung Notes doesn't really have are to do with the document viewer. So your document, you can view it in different colors. So remember when I was saying with Samsung Notes, although we can change the background to black, it won't change our actual PDF. But here, if we go to our little nighttime mode when we have the document color, now when we open up our document, you can see that it has changed it to a night mode sort of interface, which I think is actually really cool, and it's amazing that Flexcil can do that actually. So when we have things like this, and I think it's done it quite well, so that's really nice. Now other settings that we've got in here to explore, so you can see your documents in different ways, like so. You've also got all these kind of different features, stylus pressure, and these are things that you can turn on and off, but they're not as customizable in Samsung Notes. Now, there's also the option to back up your notes. This is something that, although your notes are on the Samsung cloud, within the app you can't really back up your notes. So to do that in Flexcil within the app, that's actually quite nice to have. Other general settings is just keeping the screen awake, and you've got some audio settings and things. These playback speed, they're available on Samsung Notes as well. Now something that is quite nice is you can have multiple documents open at once in Flexcil. So for example, if we had this book up here, well, you can see that we've now got two documents open that we can seamlessly switch between very easily. And now what you can do is, if you have something like a big chunk of text here and you want to sort of copy it and you want to paste it onto here, then it actually becomes very, very easy. So let's just try that little feature here, just like so. So it becomes very easy to do, and yeah, I think it's really nice that we've got that, because on Samsung Notes you can only have one document open at a time. Alright everybody, well that is going to be the end of this video, and I want you guys to judge which app you think comes out on top, which one are you using personally and why. And yeah, I think I'll just see you in my next video, guys. If you want any more of these types of comparisons, let me know down in the comments. Do share my videos and like them, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.